Hello, and welcome to another John Toxable commentary, this time of the Transformers Prime episode Stronger, Faster. This is my first episode commentary of a Transformers show currently in production, and as you can see in this episode, Ratchet has invented Gatorade. No, it's not Gatorade, it's synthetic energon, which he's developed from information he's gathered in a previous episode. And because Ratchet is so damn helpful, he is now going to give us a bit of exposition.
Our severely outnumbered warriors have been rapidly burning through our stock.
There we go. I mean, it's a necessary evil, I think. You look at shows that had continuity arcs like Beast Machines, you came into an episode halfway, you wouldn't know what the hell was going on. So Ratchet here is bringing anyone who hasn't been watching up to speed. Of course, for those of us who have been watching, we kind of sit back and go, haha, exposition, man.
More energon on the move.
Again? Their recent activity suggests a familiar pattern. The Decepticons are desperately scouting for new deposits to mine.
And of course, it's awesome that Peter Cullen returns as the voice of Optimus Prime. I mean, he did so for the movies, and that was pretty awesome. But it's cool that he's come and done it here for the series.
Activate the ground bridge. Autobots, roll out.
Now, Ratchet, less than a minute ago, was warning about using the Gatorade on anything until more trials have been done. In the space of about 30 seconds, he decides to ignore his own warning and do that. This can only end well. And bam, into the intro sequence. Now this, to my knowledge, I believe this is the first Transformers series to utilize what is called the teaser effect, or the teaser format. And it's basically just what you saw. You have a little bit of a tease of what the episode is going to be about, and then you have the intro sequence that you're seeing here. In all other Transformers series, it's normally just intro sequence, and then just the episode starts proper. It's a cool device. I think you can use it to good effect, and I think it was done to good effect there. I mean, you see Ratchet sort of collapse on the floor, and whoa, what's happened to poor Ratchet?
Ratchet! Wake up!
How is it that such small beings can be so loud?
And Ratchet's clearly hungover. Ratchet here is being played by Jeffrey Combs, and as Star Trek fans will know, Jeffrey Combs was one of the recurring actors who came in a lot for Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Probably his most famous character there was the character of Weyung. And here we go, the episode's two Decepticons here. Knockout and Breakdown.
This cube's putting some serious drag on me.
The more we give the Autobots a workout, the more fuel they burn.
That's an awesome shot there. Something that you would never have seen in sort of previous CGI shows. Technology has come a long way, and as you can see here, the Rebel Alliance sets up for a Death Star trench run and discover they're in the wrong movie. Actually, no, that's not the Rebel Alliance. Those are the Vehicons, and I'll be talking about them soon. But yeah, CGI technology has come away. It's come a long way, rather. The reflections, for instance, one of the things you'll notice, the reflections off the characters, particularly the metallic characters, they actually do reflect what would be reflected off them. In previous series, they kind of did little cheats. They just made the surface kind of have the verisimilitude of reflection. But Optimus's windshield, that becomes part of his chest plate, you'll notice there, it always reflects what it should be reflecting.
I'm locked up. RC, decelerate and prepare to return to base.
Save it, Ratchet. I'm too close.
Don't be a fool.
And as the Vehicons lock S-foils in attack position, RC is going to find herself squarely in the poo. RC is kind of an... There's Transformers Prime is not as much of an homage as, say, Transformers Animated was, but there certainly are homage elements to it. I mean, obviously the reoccurring characters like RC, Ratchet, but Transformers Prime takes on that new continuity of its own, the aligned continuity, which I'll describe later. So you have here what are called the Vehicons, and they are essentially this series' version of the sweeps in G1. I think cartoons of this nature are always seeking a way to morally justify for their heroes the kind of mass slaughter you're watching now. I mean, he's ripping these guys apart in something a bit like Street Fighter. Look, he just did the spinning, Chun-Li's spinning sidekick. These Vehicons are basically cannon fodder. Characters that the Autobots can just lay into like this. And it was the same with the sweeps. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had the foot soldiers. They're basically red shirts, like in Star Trek. Which has kind of become a TV term now. If you're a red shirt, it means you're going to die. In Star Trek. Unless you were Scotty. Of course, if you were Scotty, then you were just... you had the Scottish accent, so that was bad enough as it was. I guess they felt he had enough of an affliction. Meaning no offence, of course, to our Scottish cousins. That was purely for comedy reasons. And I'm pretty sure Raph was just caught out surfing porn there. But I could be wrong. Now, I mentioned that Transformers Prime, perhaps not as much of an homage to previous series as others. I say this as Ratchet begins to share his Gatorade with the rest of the crowd. Bumblebee is clearly an homage to movie continuity Bumblebee. He's even got that same sort of R2-D2 speech pattern, which frankly annoys the piss out of me. I'm pissless. There is no piss in me. I'm that annoyed with that stupid device. I mean, the fact that people can understand R2-D2's beeping as a language frankly baffles me. And Bulkhead is very clearly an homage to Transformers animated Bulkhead. He looks the same. I wonder if characters like Bulkhead are there to sort of be a sort of, hey kids, you know, don't become obese thing. Being obese isn't cool. But then that doesn't work because Bulkhead is pretty awesome. So maybe I'm overreading it. And Bulkhead is played by voice acting mainstay Kevin Michael Richardson. He's been in quite a few things. He was the voice of the Joker in The Batman. A number of other things.
What was that?
The Autobots in this series are held up in a sort of kind of a government secret installation-y type thing.
Also a bit faster. Think you can take me, muscle car?
See, look. What was that?
Wimp. How's it humming?
And Ratchet sort of flirting with RC being the real sort of, hey look, Ratchet's personality has changed. And you'd all be forgiven for sort of going, I wonder if this is a performance-enhancing drugs analogy. I mean, I suspect it. It's a possibility, considering that shot there. But I mean, come on, it's good. It's not an overt little moral message there. It's, you know, and it's quite understandable. poor Ratchet, you know, he has, during this whole series, kind of been the stay at the base kind of character. So, you know, it's not ham-fisted into the plot. It's quite convincing. This is quite nice, the way the camera shakes. Well, there obviously is no camera, it's CGI, but they create the effect. That's pretty cool. The producers mentioned they wanted this to kind of feel like you're watching a live-action movie every week. And I think for the most part they succeed. Now, that was part 1 of this episode, Stronger Faster. Come back soon, and I will finish this off with part 2.
Signal's weak.
And I leave you with Bulkhead finding out it's over 9,000.
I take some comfort in the fact that Megatron seems as desperate to find the stuff as we are.